Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to show you how to optimize your computer, and what that'll do is it'll help speed up your computer. It'll clean out the junk files and stuff. Like as you can see, my recycle bin's empty, and this is going to clear out my recycle bin, and it'll free up a lot of my memory on my hard drive and from my memory sticks or my RAM to help it run better. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to click Start, go to Computer, and only on the local disk C, don't do your system reserve disks. We're going to right click, go to Properties, and you're going to see a page that looks like this depending on what system you're using, whether it's XP, 7, Vista, 10, or 8 or 8.1. This is 7's main look, so we're going to do this for 7. Vista and XP are basically the same, they just have a different look to them. Now while we're in General is the tab you want to be on. That should be the first one opens. You'll see Disk Cleanup, and as you can see, the free space is your pink, the blue is your used. I have 90 used and 58.2 free out of 148 gigs. I'm going to click Clean Disk, and this is going to take a little while, but it's going to do, it's going to read your disk and it's going to search through everything. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here while it's doing this, and when we come back I'll show you the next screen that's going to pop up and what you need to do on it. So hang tight guys. Okay guys, now that that's done, you're going to get this page. It looks like this, and you're going to have all this stuff here. You're going to want to go ahead and check off pretty much everything. Game statistic files, that's only going to apply for the games that come pre-installed on your operating system, such as solitary, free cell and stuff. Just remove them because they take up space, and who are you going to show that off to? I mean, no offense, but that's not really that big of a win there. No offense guys. Besides, it's not how many times you win, it's how much fun you have when you play the game. Okay, now I got everything checked. I can go ahead and click OK, and it'll ask you, are you sure you want to permanently delete these files? I'm going to click Delete Files, and now it's going to go through its cleanup process, and this will take some time. If it takes longer than I think it's going to, I'm going to pause the video, but it's not going to take longer than I think it will. It's actually going to move fast. Wow. Usually, sometimes I should say, this can take 5 minutes, sometimes longer. As you see, it did it real fast. And okay, close this out. I can go back to my properties, and I can see that I now have less use space, more open space. Now I've optimized my drive. I'm going to go ahead and close it, and I'm going to go to my control panel, go to my programs and features. Now I can see everything that's installed, but what I'm going to look for is stuff I don't need at all. Now most of what I have, in fact all of what I have, is on separate drives. Now the stuff that is on this drive, I'm not seeing anything that I can get rid of. It's all stuff that I use, so I'm good there. But anything like toolbars and stuff, I wanted to uninstall those. If I have something that a game is asking me to download, and I don't mean like Steam or Origin or anything like that. I mean if it's asking you to download their install server and stuff for updates, and the game is discontinued, and the update server's not worth anything, just go ahead and uninstall that. You don't need it unless the game just has to have it to run. Like some games have to have it. Sorry. Like games for Windows Marketplace, it's got to have that for certain games, so that stays on there. And the Microsoft games for Windows Live Retribution, I have to have that for a lot of the games, so I'm going to leave that on there. And when you go to uninstall, say like I want to uninstall my Oblivion, I just go click on it, click the uninstall this program, run through the process real fast. It's simple, and that's the basics on how to optimize a computer. It'll help speed it up. You're clearing out junk files, all this stuff in here that you don't need. You can uninstall that, and it'll help free up space. Your computer will actually run faster, and I'll show you my performance, I'm running at 1.97 gigs, which is pretty decent for my computer because my stuff I have running in the background, all my anti-spyware software and everything that I keep running to keep protecting on my computer, plus the programs I have running now, like the one I'm using to record this. So I'm running good. Before I even started this video, I looked at it and I was using 4 gigs almost, and I wasn't running my screen recorder. When I turned my screen recorder on, I know before I even hit the record button, it was up at 5.5. So as you can see, it's freed up a lot of my memory usage. My processor is dropped down. The cores were spiking, all of them way up at the top. Now you can see 1 and 2, they're doing pretty decent. 2 is still kind of near the top. 1's getting lower to the bottom, and 3 and 4 are running great near the bottom. So we'll close that. That's the basics on how to optimize your computer. It's real simple. Anybody can do it. Just remember the one thing: never ever optimize your system reserve, because this is everything that your computer backs up for it to restore. Anytime you tell it to create a restore point, it's going right here, and this saves all the basic data so your programs aren't lost. If you lose something on the drive, say your drive messes up and you have to restore the system, this right here is what's going to save your system. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that this drive crashes and all this stuff stays, because you can have it crash and you'll lose everything on both of these partitions. If you lose everything on both partitions, you're gonna have to do a fresh install. Sorry, but that's what you're gonna have to do. There's a program you can use. It's called Get Data Back, but you'll need a secondary computer, or well, not a secondary computer. You'll need a computer that has multiple, depending on whether you're using SATA or IDE. I'm guessing that you're using SATA if you have a new computer, which most people do by now. You will need, multiple SATA ports, a hard drive to put everything on, and the hard drive that you want to get data back on cannot be the main one running your OS. So it means it cannot be coming up as local disk C. You cannot use that one. So yeah, I have 4 drives hooked up right now out of my 6. Well, actually I have 5. One's not showing because Windows can't read it because of the OS on it. But I could take my programs and games if I wanted to, back this stuff up onto my external here, and install my OS, and then back everything up that was lost on this drive, and it will actually bring this information, that's all my backup stuff here, right here, put it over here onto 320J. That's about the only way you're going to be able to save it. But like I said, never do the system reserve, always the local disk. Save your stuff. Don't let it slow down, and if it's slowing down, it's going to put stress on your hard drive, and it's really going to mess up your hard drive. But I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was helpful. If you didn't like it, hit that thumbs down. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up. Show me some love. If you think there's a way I could have done it better, let me know. Thanks, guys. Before I hit that stop button, if you have any questions, feel free. You can comment them. Feel free to comment them. But if you don't want to comment, you don't want your question posted, hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. You can message me on Facebook. If I don't answer, I'm not ignoring you. Just message me again, poke me, get my attention. Because I get a lot of messages. I don't get a chance to check all of them in one day. So just keep on me. Thanks for watching, guys. And like I said, smash that like button if you would. If not, hit the dislike. Let me know what you thought it could be done to make it better. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.